Nope, I'm not saying stick with the plan G and stay with it forever. I'm saying if you have a Medicare supplement, make sure you know the rules of your state, whether you can change, whether you can't change, know what time of the year you can change with the Medicare supplement. In states that do not have what we call a birthday or an anniversary rule, you can change your supplement at any month of the year. In Michigan, where we are based, if somebody wants to get a new supplement for March 1st, again, they have a G, they have an N, they've got Humana, they've got Blue Cross, they've got United, it doesn't matter. If they want a new one for March 1st, they can do that as long as they pass medical underwriting to get that plan in place. Or if they've had Part B is activated, if their Part B effective date is no more than 6 months, because you got 6 months to go get anything you want where it doesn't matter. No one's going to ask you a medical question. But after 6 months, you open that can of worms where we're going to ask medical questions. So Blue Cross, for example, is taking a rate increase April 1st. So if people have been with Blue Cross for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and they don't like that rate, they can choose to move to a different company for April 1st, or for May 1st. You just a month later, you get your plan. However, they're going to have to medically qualify for that plan. So that means you ask a whole bunch of questions. That's what we do. The agents will ask and say, hey, have you had this and this and this and this and this, health history? Are you going through physical therapy even? Have you been hospitalized? Things like that. So you're going to ask a whole bunch of questions. If you can pass, you can get a new plan for May 1st in that case. That's just my example. I am not saying you have to pick forever. However, you can see where you live and the rules related to all of that in your health can definitely impact people, which is the hard part to Medicare. I was just looking at our private Facebook group. We asked the question, what's one of the hardest things about Medicare? And somebody put in there, trying to make long-term decisions based on your health when health presumably doesn't get better. Okay. And it's hard. It's very hard. And somebody else commented that it's very unlike work insurance days, which I totally agree. Employer insurance, you had HR to help. You had, 2 or 3 plan options. Big deal if you didn't like the plan that year, you can go to a different plan. No problem. The next year, just sign your new paperwork, right? So it's very different than those years, which is why it becomes difficult for people when they turn 65 or leave the employer space because the rules are totally different. So that's all. I'm not saying choose and stay forever and be blinders and stuff, because you got to pay attention. You got to kind of manage some things of your policy. All I'm saying is understand the rules, understand as much as you can. And I know nobody wants to be doing this. Nobody really wants this PhD in Medicare. That's not what you retired to do, right? So we get it. So just work with good brokers that know what they're talking about, and we can help get to all these situations and just give you the warning things. You get to pick what you want, but we're going to warn you along the way of the potholes and things that can happen to you.